Okay, one more time, and then that will be all of my books for a while. It probably will be another month before I have any more books to show you guys. So the first book I'm going to show you, because I'm just going to get it out of the way. Oh, I forgot to tell you. So these are the books that I ordered from Book Outlet. If you're not familiar with Book Outlet, I suggest you check it out. You can get brand new books super, super cheap, because what they do is they purchase the overstock from all these other stores. They get it, I assume, for cheap price, and then they sell it to us very cheap. So yeah, and unless you buy a scratch and dent copy, usually the only flaws in these books are like they'll put a little marker dot on one of the edges, you know. So, but who cares about some stupid little dot? You're getting a brand new book for super cheap. So the first book I'll show you is The Magnificent Nine by James Lovegrove, and the consulting editor was Joss Whedon. This is based on a TV series called Firefly, which I was very, very into, which they canceled before season 1 was even finished, much to the chagrin of everybody who loved that show. It was an excellent show. If you aren't familiar with it, I really suggest that you hunt up this season. It is available out there. I think it was available on Netflix for a while. I can't remember, but you can definitely find it somewhere. And then they did, a few years later, they did a movie to sort of tie up the series for the fans, and it was called Serenity. Also excellent. And these books, as I understand it, take place between the series and the movie, because there's a lot of years in between the series and the movie. So this is actually a duplicate. Silly me. I found these books and I got really excited about reading them. And I thought, okay, well, I'm going to wait a little bit before I order them. And then I had gone over to Book Outlet and I was looking to see what Book Outlet had. And they had this one, which is book 2. It is book 2. So I ordered it. And then a few days later, I forgot that I ordered this book from Book Outlet. And then I ordered it from Amazon along with book 1. So now I have 2 copies of this book. And I have a while before I have to return the Amazon version. I'm trying to decide if I want to go ahead and return my Amazon copy and get my money back, or if I just want to save it and put it in the little free library. I don't know. I'll probably just end up saving it, because I don't really often like to hassle with returns unless I really need to. So I probably won't return it. So anyways, yeah, I'm very excited to read this series. Can't wait for it. Okay, the next book I ordered is Dracula by, I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Is it Dacre Stoker, who is the descendant of Bram Stoker. So this book, from my, you know what, let me just read the synopsis, because now it's been a long time since I've read about it. I just remember I was very excited to read it because it is pre-Dracula. So let's see, it is 1868, and a 21-year-old Bram Stoker waits in a desolate tower to face an indescribable evil. Armed only with crucifixes, holy water, and a rifle, he prays to survive a single night, the longest of his life. Desperate to record what he has witnessed, Bram scribbles down the events that led him here. As sickly child, Bram spent his early days bedridden in his parents' Dublin home, tended to by his caretaker, a young woman named Elaine Crone. When a string of strange deaths occur in a nearby town, Bram and his sister Matilda detect a pattern of bizarre behavior by Ellen, a mystery that deepens chillingly until Ellen vanishes suddenly from their lives. Years later, Matilda returns from studying in Paris to tell Bram the news that she has seen Ellen, and that the nightmare they've thought long ended has only just begun. Sounds really good. Anyways, I can't wait to read this, because it is actually co-authored by a descendant of Bram Stoker. So I'm really interested in this. So I'm going to read this, and then I'm going to read Dracula. I actually have several vampire books that I want to read. I'm going to read this one. I'm going to read them in a particular order. I'm going to read this one, and then I'm going to reread Dracula, because the last time I read Dracula, I was about 22. And then I have this, The Deathless Girls, which is, I believe it's a YA, but it's about the brides of Dracula, and it sounds like it's going to be really good. So I thought I'm going to read all those. Oh, there's another one I want to read too, that I'm actually going to read first. It's called Carmilla, and it was actually a novella that inspired Bram Stoker to write Dracula. I almost forgot that one. So I'm going to read those 4 books all at the same time. So yeah, that'll be fun. I don't know when I'll do it, but I'm going to do it. The next book I have is called Lent by Jo Walton. I thought this book sounded really, really interesting. I just found it randomly on Book Outlet. Let's see, Girolamo's life is a series of miracles. It's a miracle that he can see demons plain as day, and that he can cast them out with the force of his will. It's a miracle that he's friends with, Pico della Mirandola. Let's see, Pico della Mirandola. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. The Count of Concordia. It's a miracle when, is it Girolamo, or Girolamo? We're going to go with Girolamo. We like that better. So Girolamo visits the deathbed of Lorenzo the Magnificent. The dying Medici is wreathed in celestial light and a surprise to everyone, Lorenzo included. It's a miracle that when Charles VIII of France invades northern Italy, Girolamo meets him in the field and convinces him not only to spare Florence, but also to protect it. It's a miracle that whenever Girolamo preaches, crowds swoon. It's a miracle that, despite the Pope's determination to bring young Girolamo to heel, he's still on the loose and now running from Florence in all but name. That's only the beginning, because Girolamo, these names, Savonarola is not who or what he thinks he is. He will discover the truth about himself at the most startling possible time, and this will be only the beginning of his many lives. Doesn't that sound good? I am very excited to read that book. And as you can see, I have a visitor. Little Ninja Kitty came to say hello. Baby Kitty, are you going to say hello? Oh my, oh precious. If Steve Donahue could see this video, he'd be so irritated. Okay. So the next book I got is a book I've actually been after for a very long time. I have had this book on my to purchase list for a very long time, but the right opportunity to pick it up has never come around. It's called The Anubis Gate by Tim Powers, and when I saw this on Book Outlet, I almost died. So I absolutely threw that in my car immediately because I'm dying to read this book. I'll just read you the quick little synopsis on the back. The Anubis Gates is the classic Philip K. Dick award-winning time travel novel that took the fantasy world by storm a decade ago. Only the dazzling imagination of Tim Powers could have assembled such an intense cast of characters. An ancient Egyptian sorcerer, a modern millionaire, a body-switching werewolf, a hideously deformed clown, a young woman disguised as a boy, a brainwashed Lord Byron, and finally our hero, Professor Brendan Doyle. As for what happens next, only time will tell. I'm going to find out what time's going to tell us. The next one, I'm actually not sure if I'm going to like now. I'm not sure why I bought this. Because when I reread the synopsis, I was like, I don't know about that one. So this is called The Lesser Dead by Christopher Buehlman. And I'm not sure, maybe I saw this on somebody's channel talk about it, and maybe that's why it made me so interested. But the synopsis by itself wouldn't have caught me so. But I'm going to try it anyways. We'll see. And also, I just don't go for vampire stories that much anymore, unless it's like classic, for example, Bram Stoker's Dracula, So I'll read this real quick to you. You can see what I'm saying here. The secret is vampires are real and I am one. The secret is I'm stealing from you what is most truly yours and I'm not sorry. New York City, 1978 is a dirty, dangerous place to live and die. Joey Peacock knows this as well as anybody. He has spent the last 40 years as an adolescent vampire, perfecting the routine he now enjoys, womanizing in punk clubs and discos, feeding by night and sleeping by day with others of his kind in the macabre labyrinth under the city's sidewalks. And I'm not going to read that because it goes into too long of a description, but essentially what this adolescent vampire finds is that there is something else hunting people, and they are also hunting vampires. So both vampires and humans are in danger. So I'm not sure what that danger is going to be, but that alone would not have captured my attention. So I'm not sure why I bought this. I'll find out though. It can always go in the little free library if I don't like it. I didn't pay that much for it. Okay, the next book is the third book in the Tomorrow's Kin trilogy. I had purchased the first two from Book Outlet on my last haul, and then I had forgotten for some reason, overlooked purchasing the third one. I don't know why I did that. I can't remember if I just didn't think they have it or if I forgot to put it in my cart or what. But now I have the third book, and that's science fiction trilogy, and it's First Contact with Aliens. So I'm really looking forward to that trilogy. I can't wait to read it, and I'm going to try to read that really soon. The next book I saw on Jane Catherine on Books, and it's called I Know My Name by C.J. Cook, and it is about a woman who wakes up from some kind of an accident with amnesia. And so my understanding is that it's thrillery, or at least it sounded thrillery by the way that Jane Catherine described it. So I'm really interested in reading that. So yeah, this sounded really good to me. Now when I read the synopsis, I didn't think the synopsis sounded that good. It sounded really good when Jane Catherine was talking about it though. So I'm going to give it a try and we'll see what the conclusion is. Was Jane Catherine right? Or is the synopsis, or is it not as good like the synopsis describes? We'll find out. So anyways, that is all my books for a while. It'll probably be at least a month before I have more books to talk about. But in the meantime, I'll have reviews and some other kinds of videos coming. So